God, this is more stressful than taking a coding test. Hi, my name is Josh Tseng, and in today's episode we have something really interesting to try. So thanks to the Singapore Art Museum, we have some wooden pieces that have been turned into art puzzles by Singaporean artist Song-Ming, and the intention for these pieces is actually to go into the Singapore Art Museum's Touch collection, which is meant to be accessible for people with visual impairment like myself. And so on today's episode of Blind Guy Tries, I'm going to be trying to solve this 100 plus piece puzzle, and I don't think this is going to be an easy challenge for me, so let's get started. So to explain a bit more before I completely dismantle this puzzle and have a ton of regrets, to explain what this piece is, it's a physical adaptation of art from a Singaporean artist called Song-Ming, and he makes art that is musically themed. And so actually this art is supposed to be somewhat reminiscent of a musical score, and has been adapted to be possible for the visually impaired to experience it by touching it as well. And he has also interestingly turned it into a puzzle piece that can be solved in a real museum setting. It's also important to note that this is purely just a prototype. So I've actually given my feedback on it to Song-Ming, and there will be future revisions of it. But for today's episode, we're just going to be taking a look at seeing whether or not I can solve it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I can. So I have 45 minutes to solve this puzzle, and let's see if I can do it. So based on my brief research, the corner pieces are going to be very important, as well as the flat pieces on the sides here, because those are the pieces that I should be able to somewhat be able to orientate myself around. I've also noticed that given the orientation of the pieces and the teeth that they have, it is quite possible that I'm going to be putting some pieces back in the wrong order. So let's just give it a try and see where it goes. I have 45 minutes to solve this puzzle. Let me tilt this. Oh my god. this feels a bit wrong. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing up the pieces so that none of them are connected together anymore. And okay, so the challenge is officially beginning. Okay, so first order of business is to find the corner pieces. Mathematically speaking, most of the pieces are going to be from the middle, right? So, okay, so here is one of the edge pieces. It is not a corner piece, so I'm going to put it aside. Oh, one piece was still inside. Okay. Oh, yes, we have a corner piece here. So, tentatively, I'm just going to put it here. There's no specific orientation to the piece. And so, and I've also touched the piece before. Is this another corner piece? Yep, okay, this is another corner. I'm just going to put it here tentatively. So yeah, I've touched the piece before, so I roughly know the orientation of it. But one of the things about this piece that is kind of was a point of improvement that I gave feedback to Song-Ming on was the fact that the lines on the pieces are not extremely well defined. So hopefully in the future iterations of the piece, they would be a little bit easier to feel. So okay, these are okay. Currently still sorting the pieces by where in the puzzle I think they would be. So pieces that are going to be on the edges to make up the border, and pieces that are not, essentially. God, this is more stressful than taking a coding test. 3 minutes into the challenge. While I had found some pieces and even some of the corners, I wasn't making that much progress, and time was ticking by. I was starting to develop a strategy based on whether or not the pieces were on the edges of the puzzle, but I had to make some big progress soon, or else I wouldn't even be 10% done. Okay, So the piece has a bunch of lines that are going this way, vertically, right? Vertically. And so I should use the pieces to orientate themselves based on what direction I think they should be in. So there's pieces that can be the left and right, and there's pieces that can be bottom and top based on what direction the lines are pointed in. Basically, the lines are pointing, I can use the wall to orientate. So this one is, for example, going up, so I can only put it either here or here. And so I'm going to be putting the pieces that are top and bottom up here, and I'm going to be putting the pieces that are left and right, I don't know, in here, I guess. And actually, now that I think about it, I should have done that from the get-go, but it's okay. I feel like I'm cheating a bit by using the width of the pieces to my advantage. Oh, this seems like they fit quite well, so okay, we have a pair.
At about the 12-minute mark, I'm realizing that I need to pay attention to some of the details about this puzzle. First, as I previously mentioned, I really needed to figure out which pieces were on the edges because that would inform the direction that all the other pieces would be facing towards. Second, I needed to figure out what orientation the pieces were in. So based on feeling them, I started at this point to sort them out into piles based on what direction I could guess that they were facing towards. Third, I had started to figure out by this point that not all of the pieces were actually the same size, and so this allowed me to figure out which pieces were likely to be adjacent to one another. I was clearly going somewhere with trying to put these pieces together, but the question was, would this pattern continue?
Didn't I have one corner? Oh no. Did I accidentally throw it out somehow? Where is it? Oh, this is my corner piece, okay.
Jumping forward past the 20-minute mark, I still wasn't making that much progress, but at least I had found the elusive corner piece which I was missing earlier.
This one seems oddly thick. That's what she said. Yeah, this is legit and a puzzle piece that, especially for blind people, would probably take a few. You know, I'm gonna say it probably would take a few days to complete this. Clearly something I'm doing with the left and the right is not correct, because I think, is that 10 minutes or 5 minutes? I don't know, I'm just gonna continue doing can't be that none of these pieces fit together. Oh, okay. These pieces seem to fit together.
With 5 minutes left to go, I was clearly feeling the pressure. Until
I got the 4 corners. That was not a success. So, is it possible to complete this puzzle within 45 minutes? No, I don't think so. So unfortunately, as we can see from today, I was not successful at finishing the puzzle. I didn't even get very far, but on the screen now I'm going to show you a little bit about how much I actually completed and also what the completed puzzle would really look like. And so, you know, this was the first time in a really long time since I've lost my vision that I've been able to play with a jigsaw puzzle. So honestly, it was quite interesting. And yeah, I think both the Singapore Art Museum, Song-Ming, the artist who kindly designed this piece, and myself, I think we all learned a lot. I'm definitely looking forward to trying something like this again. So if any of you would like to see a round 2 where I attempt the second revision of this tactile art piece based on feedback that I'm giving to Song-Ming, let me know, and maybe Singapore Art Museum will send me the next revision of their prototype. So thanks once again to Song-Ming and the Singapore Art Museum for doing this with me, and thank you for watching. So if you want to see more about my life with blindness, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you'll stay notified about my future uploads where I talk about what it's like to live with blindness. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!